Breaking news! China and Russia's $260 billion railways will dominate the world. Russia is planning to build 3 high-speed trains to connect with China. The project is expected to cost over $260 billion and is very challenging. In today's video, we'll be discussing China and Russia's $260 billion railways that will dominate the world. One of these high-speed trains will go through all 3 countries. The goal is to quickly improve the Russian economy and increase trade with China. Once the railway is built, Russia's condition will be better and may continue to improve. This project has a big impact on the world because Russia has been under pressure from Western Europe for the past 2 years, and its economy is already struggling. However, Russia has experienced an increase in natural gas sales to China, which has a huge demand for it. China is the largest market in the world, with a population of 1.4 billion people. The China-Europe Railway Express is another railway project in Russia that goes to China. The reason for building the railway is significant for Russia's future, and this is the second railway that Russia is building to China. The area called Xinjiang in China is very close to a place in Russia. It's only 55 kilometers away. They can do business between Russia and China in just 30 minutes using China's railway. This railway connects Mongolia, Kazakhstan, and Russia to China. Russia wants to use this railway to sell coal and other materials to China, and many people in Europe like the idea. But the United States has some questions and criticisms about it. One reason is that China has a big railway network. Initially, Western nations were opposed to the concept of the China-Europe Railway Express, an international train service that traverses China. However, in today's world, countries are eager to collaborate with China due to the expedited freight transportation facilitated by this service. By 2022, Europe and inter-European nations plan to engage in full-fledged business operations, with more than 10,000 trains traveling to over 200 locations across 24 European countries. The primary departure point for China is located in Xinjiang, and in 2018, nearly 5,000 trains arrived in Europe. As of this year, both Chinese and European trains have reached Europe via this railway service. Trains originating from China and Europe have been arriving and departing from the country since the beginning of this year. Over the past few years, trade between European countries and Shenzhen has increased by 40%. In order to facilitate this trade, Russia has proposed the construction of a railway. However, the construction of this railway is expected to be a challenging task. Despite its short length of only 55 kilometers, the terrain consists of numerous mountains and rainforests, some of which are protected and environmentally sensitive. The construction of the railway would require the building of 2 bridges and 3 tunnels, and is estimated to take at least 2 years to complete. There are vast resources that pass through China to other countries, which we have access to. Completion of the proposed railway between Russia and Shenzhen is expected to significantly boost Russian exports. Russia's aim is to expand its trade aggressively and recapture market share from Western countries. In addition, Xinjiang, a renowned tourist destination in China, is renowned for its agricultural products. The exports of agricultural goods from Port Sing to Europe have resulted in a $45.55 increase in value. The completion of the railway between Russia and Shenzhen is expected to further enhance the value of exports. Another rail project, the High-Speed Rail Project, which traverses 3 countries, involves China and is the fastest mode of transport between these nations. The project was a costly and challenging undertaking. The railway that runs from Beijing, China to Kazakhstan and ultimately ends in Moscow spans a total of 7,000 kilometers. In the past, traveling by train from Russia to Beijing would take 6 days and 5 nights due to the similarity in the train systems of both countries. This often resulted in tiredness as passengers had to switch lines, which took up to 2 hours at the end of the trip. However, if the proposed high-speed rail project is completed, the travel time between Beijing and Moscow would be reduced to just 30 hours. The question that arises is, why does Russia want to construct a fast train line to China when the United States doesn't have one of the world's longest railways? Although the Trans-Siberian Railway in Russia is still operational, it has required repairs and renovations. Additionally, high-speed rail systems are currently available in many African countries except for areas where planes are in use. High-speed rail is a proven way to promote economic growth and enhance people's quality of life, as evidenced by its successful implementation in China and Africa. Despite being situated in a challenging mountainous region with an unstable and seasonally frozen terrain, Russia has decided to usher in a new era of high-speed rail that strengthen ties with China. China is renowned for its difficult geological and climatic conditions and is home to some of the world's longest building distances. The proposed rail project is a formidable task, and even though it may take more than 5 years to complete, the outcome will be worthwhile. According to the plans, the project is expected to be completed by April 2022. The 6-kilometer-long railroad was constructed by a joint venture between China and Russia. The city of Lynsk-Kabz, located in the easternmost part of Europe, serves as a major hub for the Heilongjiang Siberian train line. Since the opening of the railroad, it has had the capacity to transport up to 21 million tons of freight annually, thereby promoting trade between Russia and the Northeast. With a surge of 45 million people in China and a shift in the flow of goods from west to east, the rail line has played a vital role in facilitating economic activities in the region. The two countries are planning to construct a new land grain corridor using the railroad as part of the project to store and transport specific grains. The Trans-Cycle Grain Terminal, capable of handling up to 8 million tons of grain annually, is scheduled to open today, coinciding with the planning for the grain storage and transportation project. The economic relationship between China and Russia is expected to benefit both countries, with Russia's economy getting a boost and China promoting Russian products through goods transportation, similar to how Russia promotes its own products. The population of both countries has surpassed 10 million, and China has been advocating for greater collaboration among nations to achieve a shared destiny, offering access to each other's markets and resources. Russia's reliance on China has become more pronounced since 2020, with China sending 15,000 soldiers to the area. In recent years, Kazakhstan has seen an increase in the number of trains traveling to Europe, leading to a surge in the demand for the operation and maintenance of railroads. Once the railway between China and Russia is completed, the China-Europe Railway may serve as a means to transport Russian resources to Europe, while the other half of the trains could be utilized on other railways to ease the burden of Europe. It is believed that 7 nations, spearheaded by the United States, have frozen the Russian central bank's foreign currency reserves. With the completion of the China-Russia Railroad, Russian railways could assist Kazakhstan in resolving this issue. Additionally, Russian products could be transported through the China-Europe Railway, providing a quicker way to address conflicts. This railway has played a significant role in Russia's history, facilitating transportation of goods and people across the country, as well as enabling the government to exert control over distant territories. In recent years, Russia has continued to invest in its railways, with a particular focus on developing high-speed rail lines. For example, the Moscow-St. Petersburg High-Speed Railway, which opened in 2009, reduced travel time between the two cities from nearly 5 hours to just over 3 hours. Russia has also expressed interest in building a high-speed railway connecting Moscow to Beijing, which could potentially revolutionize transportation and trade between the two countries. Overall, the continued investment in rail infrastructure reflects Russia's commitment to improving transportation, facilitating economic growth, and promoting regional and global connectivity. That's all. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon to get more videos.